eat, sleep, drive, repeat. A track is life, it's for me. Kings of the Road podcast every week. Also check out our website, thekingsoftheroad.com, or Facebook at Kings of the Road TV. The Kings of the Road.
Welcome to the Kings of the Road podcast. This is our second podcast. Last week we had the famous Kirsty Ward into the office and studio. It went very well. Today we have Mark McAlone from X-Cel Fitness. Welcome, Mark.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming down.
No problem.
Mark has designed our protein shakes, our 100% whey protein. He's down to talk about them and I suppose give truckers a wee bit of advice and keeping healthy and on their day-to-day working.
Hopefully keep them thin and heart attack free.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
So tell me a bit about yourself, Mark. What got you into the fitness and how did you start your journey and your...
Well, I guess from an early age I was into running and martial arts, stuff like that. But as most people at school, you had absolutely no idea what you wanted to do when you grew up. And that continued for a while until I kind of got to move town down to Skillen and started working out in groups, things like that. And then I realised I kind of liked that environment. So I kind of took it from there and thought that'd be a good place to start a career. So we went on from that. I've been a PT now for must be 17 years with various courses and stuff like that done. And then from that I've seen the clients were sort of asking for supplements and stuff like that. So we started giving supplements to them. And then I noticed a pattern after a while where they started to say, oh, that's too sweet, not enough protein in that, or that gives me like bloating, this one's not good either. And I've seen a gap even against the top competitors out there in the market for a brand of our own. So I went into the long arduous journey of developing our own sort of formulas for that. And then we came up with X-Cel 100% whey protein isolate. So that's, I suppose, how we got to that stage.
Yeah.
I think from that. And it seemed to be quite a good hit and everything, and hit the spot for all the clients. And we sort of grew that from there and started to expand our range from that then. And we sort of then I met Charlie O'Connor, and we decided to expand things then from there to what we've got going on now at the moment.
Well, I think me and Charlie and Paul had talked before. One thing that I, as a trucker, always kind of craved was something on the move,
sweet.
Something to replace the big fry-ups,
Yeah.
you know, the fast food on the go. It was something I found very hard, was to try and keep healthy,
To not do that.
lose weight. It was kind of impossible.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, you always seem to come across a good
Greasy
chippy
spoon.
van or something really good.
It looks really nice from
You know.
the side of the road there. Yeah.
And obviously I said to the boys then about, you know,
Trying to do something
I was
about
trying
it.
to get you involved, and obviously you've come up and designed our whey protein shakes, which I think look really good. The taste really, really good. I'm not even a big fan of chocolate flavour, but it tastes amazing. And I think the boys will agree there. It's
I have to agree with Chris now, and to be fair, I'm a fry man myself, to be honest. These shakes, as you know by looking at me, I'm not the shake type of person, but you know, from the demonstration that you done earlier first, I like the strawberry one better than I did the chocolate one. But you know, I'm looking forward to sort of going down a wee competition with Chris, and I don't know if Charlie's going to join in or not.
I think Charlie should, what do you think?
in a nice way.
So we're looking forward to setting ourselves a wee challenge and getting involved with X-Cel to see, you know, if we can get ourselves into a fitness regime and see who's going to lose the most weight over maybe a 6-week period, or we might extend it to 8 weeks, just depending on how it goes.
I think we could do longer than that, you know.
Well, we'll take it off in baby steps first of all and see how we go. Not only, you also have a fitness club as well, have you?
I do. We have a gym. It's a sister company to X-Cel Fitness, the Fitness Matters. So we focus primarily on PT and small groups. We also have an injury clinic there, but we're quite lucky. We've been established there now for about 11 years, and it's turning over pretty good. And it's, I suppose, the backbone as well of what X-Cel Fitness grew on. So, I mean, even despite COVID and the way things have been the last good while, we've still remained quite busy and haven't got through the tough periods that everybody has the last while. So yeah, I mean, you're welcome to come at any stage, especially when it's all nice and done up in the new refurbishment.
Good.
Tell us about the programme that you were telling us about earlier.
The main one, the big one? Okay, well, we decided then, as one of the products for X-Cel Online, we developed a programme for use in home and in the gym. And the benefits of this one compared to others are, you'll probably not see too many out there that will give you an approach that covers most bases like your posture, your mobility, assessment for injury, your nutrition, meal plans. Also helped greatly by the fact that we'll have an in-house nutritionist working on this over the next while as well. And one of the very few, what's that qualification was, Charlie, again?
I can't remember what it was called, but it's
only
basically
one.
there's only like 3 people in the whole of Northern Ireland with it.
Yeah, so we'll be pretty well stacked and qualified to go with that. So from that then, if you buy the program, for example, you'd get a pack of kit with it. If you did the home workouts, suspension trainer, some bands, resistance bands, stuff like that, you know. So it's well geared for everybody, man, woman, home, gym, whatever you really want to do.
Even Chris and Paul.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see the fear in Paul's eyes. Really? Over to me.
It's going to happen. This is becoming reality.
Not a hit wrong with a baking soda.
So, on our protein shakes that we have on our website,
Yeah.
what would be your advice on how often would you take them? Like,
Right. Okay.
or any tips and advice for truckers who's thinking, you know what, I do want to change the lifestyle here and I want to kickstart and get a bit healthier. And
All right. Well, the main benefit to those is if you have not enough protein in your diet, and to be honest, for those that don't focus on nutrition and follow a plan, if you haven't got enough protein, you're going to lose muscle mass, especially if you're sitting a lot, not being active, and your muscle tissue isn't being used to stimulate growth or even sustainability. So that combined with a higher protein diet will be better for health all round. If you have that extra sort of muscle mass there, it's going to stop you like degenerating, getting stiff, getting injuries, all that kind of thing. In terms of the actual nutrition end of it, you're talking the best thing you would do at the start is you look to your nutrition and go, right, how much am I actually eating? Because no matter what you eat, you can never out-train a really poor diet, you know, no matter how good it is, you know. So you'd say, you start at 1 week, and you go, right, okay, I'm going to record my food for the week, see what you've got. Weigh yourself after the week, and okay, that's your baseline, right? Then what you do is, the simplest way is, you would replace 1 or 2 meals a day with a shake or 2 a day. Simplest way. You lose weight that way. So if you know at the end of the week you have 2,000 calories, that maintains your weight, just the easiest way out to start with, at least, and only to start with, is to replace it like that. Then at least you know you're going to get somewhere. Then after that, really, what you would definitely have to do is be more accurate. You would record everything, and then you would start then changing your other meals to a more healthy sort of outlook. But take it step by step, you know. It doesn't have to be everything overnight. It's for the long haul and health in the long run. You know.
And you're not suggesting in any way that the shakes should replace all your meals. This is sort of like a supplement, like sort of like 1 a day, is it? Or
yeah, you can go up to like 2 shakes twice a day, even if you wanted to. Depends on what you need. But yeah, the rest of your meals should be healthy and balanced. You know, veg. If any truckers do have veg, kind of thing, possibly. But
It's not that they don't want it, it's just maybe the guys
but all joking aside, like, I mean, my diet is only perfect whenever it needs to be as well. Yeah. You know, everybody can have bad stuff, and it's a myth to think that you shouldn't. Yeah. It's not sustainable and it's not doable. But the thing is to limit that. So a bar of chocolate's not going to kill somebody. It's the huge meals and the greasy spoons every day that's going to do it over the long haul. That's the health risk, you know. But I mean, this means that you can stop. You can take a shake along with something else and move on to your next stop, your next delivery, without having to get that artery clogging, cholesterol fry. Yeah. You know, it means you can skip that, and you basically probably lengthen your life, possibly a little bit there. You know.
Very good, very good.
And just on the point, for anyone who's a diabetic or anything like that, I know truckers, I think, have the highest diabetes rate in the UK and Ireland, or even Europe.
Yeah.
It is safe for them to take this.
It is, yeah. The current batch we have is it's probably the lowest sugar out there, I would say, compared to the competitors in the market. Each sort of 100 grams has less than a quarter of a teaspoon of sugar.
Yeah.
And an actual serving will be a third of that, so you're well within healthy range, you know. So we did, whenever we actually designed the formulation, we were careful to make sure that it did cater to most people. So there's gluten free as well, and we have it low in saturated fat. And the next batch coming out now will be also natural sweetener. It will be stevia based, so there's nothing like unnatural there. That was by demand from the clients as well. They wanted that changed, so we listened to that. And there'll also be then lactose free as well. I'm not sure if it's this batch coming now, these new flavours, but it's either this one or the next one. And so it is important to us that our customers get sort of stuff that caters for their health needs as well, you know. It's not just pumping out any old stuff, you know, it's something that's going to be useful to their nutrition plan.
And also, you mentioned vegan earlier on.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that when that's coming through?
Yeah, the vegan.
I know it's not on there yet, but
Not yet, but unfortunately, just to apologise to our customers a bit for that, I guess. Some of the manufacturing issues through Europe and that from COVID and stuff like that, but I think everybody's in the same boat there. But that'll be a meal replacement vegan, so a nice round supplement there for all your. It includes more than the protein shake. It's more like an all-round. So there's healthy carbs in that as well, healthy fats as well, and an all-round vitamin and superfood to that, and that's quite a high yield of protein to that as well. So that is an actual meal replacement as well, and that's a really high yield protein, good quality one there. And that'll be out fairly shortly, fingers crossed with all that.
and that'll go on to the Kings of the Road as
That'll
well.
go on, yeah, that'll be under the Kings of the Road brand,
Great.
and it'll be on sale for them there, yeah. And it'll be,
And I think if anyone has any questions relating to the protein, like
Yeah.
we have a direct line to yourself, Mark, and she'd be happy to answer
oh,
any
definitely,
questions.
absolutely, anything at all.
I don't
yeah.
think me and Paul can answer too many
No,
questions.
or me. I wouldn't answer one either, but I think it's good to have someone.
Yeah,
No,
it's good. Yeah, as you say, they can send it in
Yeah.
on the form and we can
Because
pass on
there's
to
always
yourself.
somebody might want to ask, you know what I mean? Even wee simple stuff. Don't be afraid to send a message in. We can ask Mark, and
Yeah.
I'll get back to you as well.
Absolutely. I mean, anything at all. I mean, part of the ethos of X-Cel actually was as well that, as well as bringing out supplements that were actually usable for people, as well as information for people to understand why they're doing what they're doing, why the exercise is like this, why the supplements are this way, and why you should take them like that. So the more knowledgeable the people become, the better results they get for their health and for their fitness long term, and that's part of what X-Cel is actually about. And it's easy to forget that sometimes when customers just see a brand of stuff to buy, but underneath that is like a grassroots level system as well to help people grow as individuals. So I mean, absolutely, any questions people have, yeah, fire away.
And, sorry, I was just going to say, it's not just about people working out in the gym either, is it? Because that is something I think people be like, oh, I wouldn't get this because it's only for people in the gym. It's not just for that. It's for people that are to change your lifestyle,
Yeah.
even a tad.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we cater for like elite athletes down to grassroots. I mean, we have the Arnold Fitness Show in October. Some of our ambassadors are bronze medal Commonwealth medalists, but down then to the baseline of people starting out their fitness journey in their late teens, wanting to know what to do. I know, personally speaking, when I started mine, I would have loved somebody to say, no, actually, you know what, Mark, actually, don't do that. This is better for you. Go this way instead. It'll save yourself a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of injuries. And so that's kind of our way of going about it. So, I mean, what I would say as well is if anybody has an idea of a question they want to ask, send it in, and I'll be happy to answer it. I mean, for the workout as well, maybe be good for them to get suggestions of the drivers to see what they want to put across, what they want to see in a workout program. You know, there'll be a lot of individual requests, maybe there are different things.
I think that's very interesting, and I think, you know, with your combination of your 17, 18 years of experience and the way X-Cel is promoting itself and bringing itself into these healthier projects, I think that's going to be very interesting, Chris, for yourself and myself when we put a wee date on this. And maybe what we'll do is we'll keep bringing people up to date and let them know how we're progressing, and maybe be honest and sort of give out the pain barriers that we may that we
Yeah.
may
Yeah.
sort of come
I
across
think
as
even
well.
once a week.
I
the three of
think
us
as well.
could even
Start,
wear
look, I'm
ourselves.
happy to be involved too. I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
But I reckon we set a date. We do a start date. We announce it. So the pressure's on.
so.
And we just start.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been at me forever to go. Yeah.
Even,
this
though
is
we're,
it.
even though we're in our 40s and 50s starting up, it'll still be
Yeah.
it'll be
But
something.
isn't it the
Look,
thing though?
right.
Everybody has to start
Somewhere. But that's the whole thing.
It doesn't matter when.
Yeah.
Isn't it better to start than to never do anything?
And truckers are starting to be more aware now. I
Of
know
course.
even at the truck stops, like I'd pull up and like you'd see fellas out doing weights, punch
from the
buys
lorries.
from the lorries,
Yeah.
and them doing pull-ups, sit-ups. You know, the people are thinking about their health now. You know, which is obviously great. You know, it's not good for the burger van to sit on the side of the
No,
road.
maybe not. But at the same time, too, people have to. We have to think long term about the health. We're living longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you don't
Well,
want to be is incapacitated in your
Yeah.
older years,
So around longer, but
not enjoying it.
not enjoying it. And I mean, look, I'll give you an example. Let's say 30% of my clients are 60 plus in terms of age.
Yeah.
And there are some in their 70s. The best example I've seen of age being a number, or it's really down to the individual. The guy was 70, and his wife was 70 as well. I think he's 73 now. And he'd never lifted a weight in his life. And he started off, he could deadlift, we'll say, 40 kilos for, let's say, 15 reps. By the time, just before COVID hit, he was deadlifting 95, maybe for 8 reps, I think. And he only weighed he weighed 11 stone in the bottom, actually, you know. And what stood to him was mobility and just doing weights. He only did weights twice a week, and some cardio, that kind of thing. And he actually built muscle mass at that stage of his life at 70. So I mean, it's possible for anybody. I mean, yes, there are limitations. You know, you may not get Arnold Schwarzenegger size at that stage, but I mean, the changes you can make are great. You know, and it's
Paul
just.
looks disappointed now.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Paul. We haven't developed something for that yet.
Before we wrap it up, Mark, I'm going to ask you, what's your favourite truck?
All of them.
Did Paul tell you that?
Yeah, you've taken me under the table. Yeah.
Very good.
Well, I think that's us for our second podcast.
I got one thing just to say. I was actually just thinking there. One of the things we could do, and do it maybe in a month's time, you could do a live with Mark.
Yeah.
People asking questions
Yeah.
about the protein and
that'll be
about yourselves and how you found it. You could do it live from here at the office. We're actually in the King's office today.
And if anyone does have any questions now, you send them in. We'll have them all
Yeah.
sent off to you, Mark,
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
hopefully get everyone answered. And we'll hopefully
That's it.
kickstart our journey into a healthier way forward.
Looking forward to it. And thank you, Mark, for coming
Thank
along
you
from
very much.
X-Cel.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
The Kings of the Road podcast is brought to you by our sponsors: Truck Electrics, KMC Transport, Fleet Data, Ken Irwin Driver Training, and Derry Brothers Shipping Limited. Thank you for listening.